Hola, clase. Buenos días o buenas tardes. Don't know what time you're seeing this. ¿Quién me falta? Todos. Qué triste. Well, today's lesson is going to be about the informal commands or the two-form commands. So when you're talking to a peer or someone younger, this is what you're going to use. I'm going to do a quick review of the affirmative that you did the past week or 2 weeks ago, just to refresh your memory. And then we're going to talk about the negative commands, which are actually a stepping stone to something called the present subjunctive, which is a concept that we would have used when we were wrapping up the year of Spanish 2. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm just going to cut over to my board so that I can do a quick review for you first. All right. Okay, clase, let's do a quick review of your affirmative informal commands. Remember, this was super, super easy. All it entailed was taking the verb. So, for example, my favorite verb, hablar, take off the last two letters, which would leave you with the stem, okay? Conjugate it to the to form, and then you just take off the S. There you are. So therefore it is habla. Nice and easy, right? Let's go ahead and do two more, my two other favorite verbs. Okay, so let's go ahead and do comer, my other favorite verb to use for examples, to eat. Let's put it in the to form, so tu comes, right? Do you remember? And then to make it a command, we just drop the S, and it's come. Nice and easy, right? And what's my other favorite verb? Vivir. Put it in the to form. So we have vives, we drop the S, and now you've got your command, vive, live. But remember, the tricky thing about the affirmatives is that they're irregulars. Let me quickly just put those up on the screen so you can remember, and then we'll transition over to the negative commands. Okay, clase, so remember there were some irregulars with the affirmative commands, and I had this cheesy sentence to help you remember. There's seven. So 7 ponies did sail over hazardous seas often. So se, and then ven, and then pon, di, sal, remember? Ve, as, and ten. So that's your affirmative command review. If you need more help to remember what's linked to here, please check your notes from last week, or 2 weeks ago. And now we're going to transition over to the handy dandy negatives when you're telling a peer or someone younger than you, don't do something. Okay, clase. So let's talk about negative informal commands. All right. So again, I have my top 3 verbs here. This is a little different. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to start with the present tense yo form. Whoa. Okay, so here we go. So negative commands start with the present tense yo form. Doesn't make that big a difference with regular verbs, but it will down the road when we're dealing with other verbs that undergo stem changers or changes in the actual yo form, like your go verbs, like hago, tengo, vengo. All right, so here we have starting with present tense yo form. Then we drop the O. And then you do the opposite to ending, really different. So it would be no hables. Look what happened. This is an AR verb, and it's using the ER, IR verb endings. No hables. That's the negative. All right. Comer is an ER verb. No comas. Look what happened. It's the to form, opposite ending. Vivir. This is kind of mean. All right, vivir. So what happens is, again, drop the O, opposite to form, no vivas. So don't live there, right? No vivas, all right? So check it out. So here's what you do. Present tense yo form. Number 2, drop the O. Number 3, put the opposite ending of the to form. That's how you form the informal negative commands. Are there irregulars? Of course there are. What fun would it be if you didn't have irregulars? All right, so let me just cut on over and I'll show you the irregulars. Okay, clase, so your negative commands, so telling a friend or telling, like when you're teaching or doing summer camp, telling those kids not to do something, these are the irregulars. So I use an acronym. I use DISHES, D-I-S-H-E-S, to help you remember the irregulars. Now note, different than the affirmatives, right? So the D is dar, I is R, S is ser, hacer. This is a place marker to remind you about go verbs. Remember, you start with the yo form, like hago. All right, so notice what's happening over there. Estar, to remind you you've got an accent mark. And saber does something, totally different. All right, so remember all of your negatives are going to end with an S because you're in the to form. And then it's des, vayas, seas, hagas, estés, and sepas. So remember to put a no in front of these because these are your negatives. You're telling people not to do something. All right, now, I hope this helps you. I would probably get a screenshot or a picture of this. It'll help you do the exercise for this week. Okay, clase, so this should wrap up all your informal commands. I'm doing a separate video for the formal commands and kind of wrapping everything up so that way you can watch it in chunks if you wish, or you can watch one video and then click over to the other. You will need both in order to do your worksheet for this week. All right, clase, bye for now.